Um, you could go on Instagram or any social media platform and what's going on, y'all? Go on any social media platform and share this out. First thing I want y'all to do is share this out. I feel like I know that we can win if we work together, right? I know that we can win if we work together. God has definitely given each and every one of us a piece of the power, and if we bring that power together, like Captain America, it'll work out because Captain America never lost. All right, so um, if you just tuning in on Instagram, please DM me the word ready so you can get in this group. I want you to be able to see these slides. I want you to be able to really get the information, the value. Um, you know what I mean? I want you in my group. Let's get it. So we are here today to talk about taxes. A topic that is pretty boring, right? If you don't understand how to play the game. If you don't understand how to play the tax game, it's boring. The tax game, people, can be very interesting. It can be very interesting. It can change the way you look at things. It can change the way you spend. It can change the way that you approach things. It can change the way you live if you understand how taxes work, right? If you understand how taxes work. Now, just a little history on myself. Born and raised Bronx, New York. Always throwing up the X. Um, moved to Atlanta, Georgia, after 17 years, 18 years, 17 years of, it was great in New York. I'm gonna be honest with you. You don't know what you're missing until you see what's out here. I can't say that I just had the worst upbringing in New York because the people that I was surrounded by, abundance, right? Abundance. The people that I was surrounded by. So for what we had, which wasn't, what I'm saying, it wasn't like everything, of course, but what we had, we maximized, right? We maximized that. And, you know, that opportunity led us to being able to move to the South. And moving to the South was one of the best things that ever happened, for myself and my family. One word, we had more opportunity. And, just given the opportunity, man, we was able to make, we was able to make lemonade out of lemons, man. Just lemons. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even have the water. We had to find the water, right? Um, and through that process, I start to look back at how my family operated, how I was operating, how the people around me was operating. And one word that I came up with is, what we didn't have, what we lacked. And that was information, right? Information. And information is what leads to the triggering and the aha moments of what taxes is really about. Now, I'm a pretty straight shooter, so I don't want to go here. I don't want to go there. I want to go straight into what we're dealing with, what problems that we're having, the problems that I'm seeing. For the last decade, over a decade, I've been preparing taxes for families. I'm talking about families, auntie, uncle, sister, brother, grandma. Like, I've been through so much in our finances. I understand where we're falling short, the things that we can do to adjust that, and the the proactive mindset that we need to have in order to fix what we're working on. I mean, what we're doing, what we're pursuing. Some of us are working without a goal. That's a problem within itself. If you don't know what you're heading to nothing, right? Exactly what you put in front of you. You didn't make any goals, so there's nothing there, so you're heading to nothing, right? So that's number one. One of the first things, we're not setting enough goals for ourselves. Financial goals, spiritual goals, mental goals, um, destination goals, all of this stuff is super healthy to not just your financial health, your mental health, your spiritual health, just your overall well-being, right? If you're just getting in on the gram, please comment the word ready. Send this out to 5, 10 people, however many people you feel like you can send it out to. I ain't gonna give you no number. Whoever you feel like needs this information, send it out, please. So running into not setting enough goals in our family, not setting enough goals for ourselves is hindering us from moving forward, right? Now, the next thing and what I really want us to target together, this is what I'm going to be talking about tonight. All those other things, the goals and stuff, you know what you need to do it. You know you need to do it, and you know how to set your goals. Do that, right? Alex, I just got a message that some people are not able to get in. So if you don't mind, try to resend that letter out or that message out. What's going on, Street Coder Nate? You know what I'm saying? I'm in the Dominate Your Taxes webinar right now. DM the word ready, and you'll get access into the webinar. But if you don't mind, Alex, just send out the message. Some people saying that they can't get in the room. The next thing after not setting enough goals, right? That's the first thing. Not setting enough goals for ourselves and our family and our finances and our spiritual health and our mental health. Not setting goals, right? Where you want to be, how you want to feel, manifesting where you want to be. That's the number one reason why a lot of families, even ourselves, are not reaching the goals that we want to reach because we're not setting them out. Now, what I'm going to be talking about tonight is, hands down, being inside of the tax industry, the number one reason why people are lacking and not owning enough property, finding themselves in back and forth situations where living rent to rent, you know what I'm saying? You don't got 3 months of your rent. They want you to have three times, they want you to make 3 times your rent, right? You ain't even got 3 times the rent in your account. And it's just a lot, right? And this is something that I'm seeing because what I do throughout the year, some people, call me, some of my clients call me, and they're looking to get those pre-approvals. And I'm sending over tax returns to verify their income. I'm sending over tax returns to verify their income for vehicles, right? And that's another thing. Right? We're not going to go down this wormhole of all the different things. All of this exists in lack of information, lack of education, right? And this is why I'm on here tonight. And with that being said, we're going to go right into the slideshow because there's a couple of things that I want to show. I want to show you, when it comes to the education, the information, how that leads to the execution, right? The execution. Get ahead and send out that message before we go into the slideshow. Alex, everybody give it up for Alex one time. Alex is the man behind the man, and I really appreciate him being able to facilitate things the way you do. So your boy can be able to focus on, what the delivery is, But information, understanding how to arrive at a deduction, how to qualify for credit, how to even access the IRS database so that you can understand where you are and the steps that's going to be necessary to where you're going. This is what this is about. This is what this is about, right? One of the things that I'm excited about and that I enjoy, as you can see, I'm in a hut right now, right? I'm in a very beautiful hut, and one of the reasons that I'm doing what I'm doing right now is because this is one of the ways travel becomes a hack for me. Not even a hack. I don't even want to say hack because it's really not. It's not a secret. It's not a secret, right? It's not a secret. We just have to be more intentional about why we're doing things when we're doing them, right? If we can just change the mindset of when we spend, how can I make this expense tax deductible? How? That's it. It's not going to qualify every time. It's not going to qualify 100% of the time, right? There's strategies out there that might be able to help that, but it's not going to happen 100% of the time. But every time that you give yourself an opportunity to take an expense and detach yourself from it, giving you an opportunity to be able to not be responsible for the taxes that are due on the money that you made, right? You made that money. How do I report, or how do I take the proper steps to being able to validate what I'm reporting, right? The number one thing that most people, every taxpayer, and tax preparer, the number one thing that we are concerned about, we don't fear, we're concerned about, we want to make sure that we're not putting ourselves in the line of an audit. And, you know, I think I seen an ad in the, I think it was, I'm not sure what newspaper it was, but I seen an ad that said Black people are more likely to get audited than any other race. Let that sink in one time. They said that Black people are they have a greater chance at being audited than any other race. What the heck? I mean, that means we need to know how to play the game the best. That means we need to know how to, like, if all right, so the scouting report, the coach give the scouting report on the best player, right? On the best player. That's what the coach does. The coach gives the scouting report on the best players and what to look out for them, right? What to look out. So the whole team is studying this. The whole team is studying who the best player is, what his move is, what his go-to move is, who is he looking for? What people on his team is he looking for, right? Understand the scouting report has already been sent about you. Yeah, the scouting report has already been sent about you. Straight up. The scouting report has already been sent about you. So now you are responsible. You're responsible now for learning the game, understanding the game. Because if you don't know the game, you're doomed from the beginning. You ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna win on taxes. It ain't gonna work for you. It ain't gonna happen. No. If you're continuing to just allow your taxes to just be all right, I don't even want to deal with it. I don't even want to understand it. I don't even want to do nothing with it. Listen, I'm just gonna send it to you and you figure it out. Now look, that's a lot of trust to be putting in one person. And I'm a tax professional saying this. 10 year plus tax professional. 10 years. And I'm going for the highest level of tax preparation. I'm going for it right now. Focus on it right now. For the end of the year, I'm there. No flex. Saying it right here so y'all can hold me responsible too. Right? Hold me responsible. All right, let me get out of here before I go on my rant. Right? Look, let's go into these slides. Is it possible that we can get the slides up? Let me see here. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Hopefully we were able to send out the link to everybody. If you are on Instagram, please DM the all right, so look, I need y'all to DM me the word ready. You want to get started right now? DM me the word ready. I need you in the group. I need you to get the information. I can't give you the resources if you don't understand the information, at least, right? So just DM me the word ready on Instagram or whatever social media page you want. I'm not sure what you're looking from, but DM me the word ready. That lets me know that you're ready. All All right, that lets me know that you're ready. So here we go. Look, let's go into just a few key terms, something that I just need you to understand. Simple things, right? Gross income versus taxable income, right? And I'm gonna go through this pretty quick. But I will make this slide available to you. All you have to do is comment the word free. If you're on Instagram, DM me the word free. Matter of fact, go on Instagram and DM me the word free. Or go to the text message group that's texting you, right? Me texting you. Go in there and DM the word free, right? DM me the word free. And I'll make sure that I send it over. You know? All right, taxable income, gross income. Real quick. Gross income, how much money you made before any expenses. How much money you made before any expenses, right? And then your taxable income, right? Matter of fact, after gross income, I'm gonna go into what your net is. That's another thing. We got to know what the gross and the net is. Gross, how much I made collectively before any expenses, before I started, divvying out. Net income, how much after your expenses. So how much you actually put in your pocket, right? Why is the net important? Because that's equivalent. That's directly correlated, not equivalent, but correlated to your taxable income. Because they want to see, the government, the IRS, they want to see how much you made versus how much you actually kept, right? They want to see how much you made versus how much you actually kept. All right? Simple. Here is some of the taxable, some of the things that are taxable versus non-taxable, right? Wages, salary, interest, dividends, pensions, so on. You see it, Social Security, right? Non-taxable, child support. Shoot, it made it. I ain't gonna front. If they made child support deductible, I think it'll work in our favor. So remember that. Part of the reason why it's not is because that could possibly be a deduction. I don't know. Let me get off that topic. Inheritance, gifts, life insurance, paid to a beneficiary. So that's another thing. Real quick lesson, real quick, Jim. The easiest way to guarantee generational wealth, the easiest way is life insurance. Make it a habit. Make it a sport. Put yourself in the best position to leave something for your heirs. Or at minimum, and I pray, don't leave behind generational debt. Generational debt. Leaving everybody with a bill. That's why GoFundMe's is coming up. That's why people doing that, because there's some debt. At least, at minimum, just don't leave no debt, right? Whatever that looks like, paying off the home or not paying off the home. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you leave to it can take over the payments, or especially if you believe that they're capable. Or you can do a life insurance policy that will pay off your home. It's a whole other topic. Workers' comp scholarships. Some of these slides I'm gonna go through real fast, but I'm gonna give you the slides, right? I'm gonna give you the slides. All right, so this is something I do want to go through right here, right? All right, let's see. What's the scenario here? This scenario is two individuals making the same amount of income, using different filing statuses, right? They're using one's using the standard deduction, and then someone else is itemizing, right? So what is itemizing and what's the standard? Standard is the amount of a deduction that the IRS already grants you. If you don't go over this amount, in this scenario, $24,800, if your standard deduction, meaning all your personal liabilities, all your personal deductions, your home interest, Even school interest. What else? What else? Money, any money paid into the state, right? That contributes to your standard deduction. There's quite a few things. There's a list of them, right? But if your bills, your personal bills, which is not always a good thing, but all your personal bills is going over that 24,800, that's when you begin to itemize. That's the only time. That's the only time you can itemize. And itemize means, yo, I'm getting all my bills and I'm putting it on my taxes, and I'm gonna make sure that the government know where I spent this money, because I'm not responsible for this money. Not all of it. Not all of it. You're still responsible for it, but not all of it. That's why you get that deduction, right? As you can see, that led to a different taxable income, right? One was 97,000 for the person that itemized, and then 100,200 was their taxable income. So roughly about $2,800 difference, right? 32. Breaking it down now, right? Why am I showing y'all this? Why am I showing y'all this breakdown? Because it's a comparison. It's just a comparison. If you want to understand your taxes, understand yours and what it can possibly be versus what it probably came from. If you know where I was, where I am, where I'm trying to go, right? These are all examples right here. If you want to get this slideshow, if you want to get in this room, DM me the word ready. I thought I pinned it. But I guess I didn't. I'm gonna do that now. Yeet. All right. Comment the word ready. All right. So look, I want y'all to go through. That's why I'm giving you the examples, and that's why I'm giving you access to the slideshow. I really want y'all to make sure y'all understand what the difference is, like what's happening here. The more money that you show that's not in your possession, and that you spent for, hopefully it's a business expense. If not, if it's a personal expense, you get an opportunity to deduct it there, but it's just not the same, right? I want you to understand it's not the same. If you keep things on the personal side, it's going to cost you more. If you put things on a business side, it has a better chance of not costing you. All right? All right, let's keep going, because I got quite a few slides I want to get through, right? Some of the differences, the slides is going to show you and tell you exactly what it is that's different. Tax liability, significantly lower, right? With the possibility of let's say this person had a business as well. That deduction is going to continue to go down. Understand how to make a bag, but also show where the bag went. Show where the bag went. And if you're spending it, and this is naturally going to help you to be a better spender. It's made me a better spender. And I'm telling you, I've made quite a few. Yeah. Yeah, me, for sure. I ain't perfect. This has made me better. This has made my spending habits better. This has made how I move better. This has made not only my family better, not only my decisions better, how I spend my money and where I'm putting it. It made me a better person, because it made me look in the mirror a lot. It made me look in the mirror at what the decisions I was making, right? The decisions I was making versus the decision I should have made. How many of us deal with that, right? How many of us actually look at ourselves in the mirror and, I mean, it's a life lesson. It's something that we all have to go through. It's something that we all have to endure. But as I started looking at myself in the mirror more from the decisions I was making, I started holding myself more responsible, which made me take more action, which made me make better decisions from the people that I'm surrounded by, from the environments that I put myself into, right? Financially, spiritually, mentally, you know, professionally, that right there, professionally, when you start to professionally put yourself around certain people, you naturally, it kind of trickles down your growth or trickles up because it's nothing down. Absolutely nothing down, right? It's nothing down about it. It's all up from here. It's all up from here because now I want to be very strategic and careful on what I'm saying when I say professionally surrounding yourself. Make sure you're attracted and what you're attracting is attracting you. Equally yoked is what I'm talking about, right? Equally yoked. Make sure that you're attracting the elevation, right? And the reason I say attracted is because when you attract something, it's because you're being you. You're being you already, right? You're being you already. You're just looking to make yourself and put yourself in a position to make better decisions. And when you put those type of people around you, collectively, as a team, as a unit, it becomes contagious. Everybody making better decisions. Remember, He has put it all, He has put the energy in every single one of us. So let's Captain Planet this thing, right? With our powers combined, right? But you have to acknowledge who has the power. You got to acknowledge who has the power. You got to be able to recognize who has the power. Who in your circle has the power that attracts you? And what are you doing to attract more power? I saw this on the gram the other day. It's a type of horse. I think it's a Belgian horse. One Belgian horse is capable of pulling anywhere from 12 to 14,000 pounds. I'm talking about hauling, towing, right? And the question that was asked was, how much, for all the people that's good at math, right? How much can two Belgian horses pull or haul away or tow? And I'm pretty sure your answer was 28, 24 to 28,000, right? I couldn't remember the brother's name that was explaining this, but peace and love to you. You definitely shine you shine some information on me. Obviously, I'm kicking it back out, right? So naturally, you're gonna say anywhere from 24 to 28,000 pounds. But what the brother shared with me was the Belgian horse is so competitive. The Belgian horse wants to show its ability so much that two Belgian horses can pull roughly about 35,000 pounds together. Why? Because the Belgian horse has the mentality of, I'm going to do my best. So when you got two horses that are doing their best and showing each other the decisions that they're making, the commitment that they have, and the direction that they're going, they're able to naturally pull more. They're naturally able to do more. That's the kind of mentality that we got to have with our friends. That's the kind of mentality we got to have with our family members. There are some friends and family members that just can't be around you no more. They just cannot be in your presence. It don't mean you got to shit on them. It don't mean you got to do none of that. You ain't got to give them. No, you don't. You don't. But now that you know better, you got to do better. You got to surround yourself with individuals that's going to give you that same energy. Right? On to the next slide. I'll be ready to go hard. Because these is life lessons that I've learned along the way. Somebody once poured this information and energy into me, and it did something for me. So being able to regurgitate exactly what it did for me and internalize it, personalize it, and be able to push it back out. Listen, That's the energy that you got to give every single day. You got to give that type of energy in your business. You got to give that energy to your family. You got to give that energy into your relationships. Because when you pour all out, you're going to see just who is going to pour back in. You're going to be able to see that. You're going to be able to recognize who deserves to be on your team. All right? Let's keep going through these slides. Let me see. Did I finish it? What I did? Start a business right. Why start a business right now? If you want the slide, like I said, DM me the word free or the message, the text message that's texting you. Text us the word free. I'm gonna give you straight up why start a business. It gives you deductions. Period. It gives you an opportunity to be able to funnel your deductions and give you an opportunity to just to distance yourself from the taxes that's due on the money that you made. You're going to spend the money anyway. You're going to spend it anyway. So give yourself an opportunity to deduct it. So now that you're not responsible for the money too, there's money that you're spending. You think the money's just going. Nah, there's a special bill. There's an invisible bill that's about to bow. Yeah, that type of energy. It's going to smack you right across the head. Because when you get that big bag, if you haven't gotten it already, or if you're already getting the bag, how are you going to make sure that the bag is not just being taken from you? It's one thing to make a bag. It's a completely different thing to keep the bag, right? Business structures. We talk about different business structures. We talk about ownership. We talk about liability. We talk about taxes. We're talking about it. Personal liability. When it comes to business, we want to do business spending. We want to deduct. We want to put our business structures in the proper place so that when we making that bag, we can pay ourselves a bag from the bag. Because if you're a real business owner, you got to understand that that's not your bag. Not completely. Waka Flocka, he gave y'all a lesson. Waka Flocka gave y'all a lesson. He messed his money up. Remember when he messed his money up? You remember that? And then what he couldn't do? He couldn't re-up. Right? And then he had to go do some other things to get the money to go ahead and do the re-up. That's one thing that you have to remember as a business owner. That bag is not just yours. It's just not your bag. Mary J. Blige is another person that shared that information, right? On the EYO. Shout out to EYO, right? All right. Business structures. That's something that we talk about in our group. I want to make sure that y'all are really understanding these different structures. Go ahead and get this PDF. All right. 2020 tax write-off examples. We ain't going into that. Get the slideshow. It's a lot of information in this slideshow, and we got more coming. I'm also going to give you access to, this is one thing I wanted to get to right here. I'm also going to give you access to the top 20 tax credits and deductions. The top 20 tax credits and deductions. Directly from the horse's mouth, to be honest. Right? Tax software 101. So this is what I want to offer to you. This is my offer, right? This is my offer. I want to be clear on what this is. This is my offer. So my offer to you is to be able to join my workshop. I want you to join the workshop. My workshop it consists of myself and you in a group setting. And what I'm going to give you access to is the actual software that I utilize, that other professionals utilize to be able to prepare taxes. I've made this process so sweet, right? I'm going to take you through the process really quick. The process is you download the mobile app, right? It all starts from your phone. A lot of us are using our phone for almost absolutely everything. A lot of us are not even leaving our homes without our phone. If we leave our phone home, I promise you, we sick. We sick these days. So you start your taxes from your phone, right? You put in all your basic information. And when you're ready, You hop into the workshop, and what we do in the workshop, we actually take you step by step through the process of preparing your tax return in an automated way. We have resources that's going to give you an opportunity to detach yourself from some of the simple things. This is one of the solutions that I said I had to do, because this is where a lot of us don't want to deal with our taxes. Data entry, right? I have solutions to avoid data entry to give you an opportunity to focus directly on what I focus on, right? As a tax professional in the tax business, one thing that I couldn't do was consistently do data entry. So I automated the data entry, right? I automated that process and gave myself time to not only check once, but check twice to make sure that everything was entered right. Because most people, one of the number one ways that a lot of people ends up with having errors on their taxes is because there's a typo. Something simple, a typo. Oh man, I forgot a letter in my name. Oh man, my address. I didn't put the apartment number, right? Simple things. So we have a check and double check process automated that gives you an opportunity to avoid having to focus on some of the little things, right? So boom, if your problem or the reason that you didn't want to deal with your taxes, I don't want to have to put all these forms in. We have an automated way to do it, right? Let's get it, right? Let's get rid of that. Objection gone. Next, we get into a group setting where we can actually talk privately, but together. Privately, but together. And answer questions, right? Breakout sessions to make sure that everyone understands what their taxes are. That's what we do in this workshop, right? That's what we do in the workshop. We give ourselves, in a collective way, an opportunity to learn the game in a workshop setting. A lot of us don't want to do this on our own. We don't want to watch a course. We don't want to do that. We don't want to go on the irs.gov website and study. We don't want to do that. We ain't got time for it. Better. That's the number one thing we're going to. I ain't got time for that. Ain't got time for that. Well, make time for the workshop. Because the workshop is about breaking down, right? Regurgitating the information. If I'm able to take the information in and regurgitate it in a simpler way, I guarantee you'll see value in this workshop. And that's exactly what we're going to do, right? Taking you step by step through a scenario. It don't have to be your personal information. In the workshop, it's not even your personal information. It's really just a simulated process, right? It's a simulated process. So now you get the strategy, right? And then you get access to a professional software. Like, come on, right? Come on. Now, Alex, really quick, Alex. We'll make sure you're there. Congratulations, we're done with the webinar. You made it, right? You made it. You made it. It didn't take long. I didn't drag it out. I tried to give as much game, as much passion, right? Now, if you decide that, hey, I'm ready to get in the workshop, I want to get in a workshop, I want to be a part of what it is that you're doing, I want to learn my taxes better, I want to make sure that my finances are going in the right direction, I want to understand how to keep a bag, I want to understand how to start a business, I want to understand my finances, right? If that's you, the workshop is for you. Now, if you're a person that's like, you know what, I'm getting the bag already, I really don't care, they're going to take the taxes, let them take their taxes, and let me just get my bread. Kudos to you too, man. Ma'am, you know, if that's you. I ain't got nothing no ill to say, nothing negative. But I will say, the level that you on right now is going to get old. The level that you on right now is going to get old. And you're going to want to level up. And the best way to do that is by being able to create more investable money around you instead of having to go figure out how to go get a whole new bag. If you can maximize the bag that you got right now, it's easier to get to the next level because you're going to free up some type of capital. You're going to free up some type of time. You're going to free up some type of mental capacity. And it's going to naturally take you to where you're trying to go. So, I ain't going to pull no teeth. I ain't going to go back and forth with you. Definitely, dinner's about to get started, right? Dinner's about to get started. As you can see the lights on in the restaurant. Yeah. Dinner's about to get started. So here's the invite. Anybody on Instagram, if you're seeing this on Instagram, DM the word, ready? Workshop. DM me the word workshop. Workshop. WORSHOP. I'm sorry, WORKSHOP. WORKSHOP. DM me the word workshop, and you'll get an opportunity to join our workshop. You'll get an opportunity to come to the workshop and really just get access to the game, Get access to the game. See how it's moving. See how it's done. This is something that we're teaching our youth in some of the high schools in Metro Atlanta. Shout out to all of the nonprofit organizations that have deemed Tax Group Pros worthy for being present and being able to instill this information into our youth. I want to say thank you to you. Thank you to the Gathering Spot. I really appreciate you honoring me for having a mindset that's very encouraging, right? I appreciate that. I appreciate all my guys, all the queens at the CEO Private Hoop Session for supporting an event that brings business owners together. I appreciate them. I want to say thank you to y'all. Thank you to all of my followers. You know what I'm saying? We over 10K, baby. Yeah, impact. 10 pack. I made that up just now. But thank you to my family for the support, helping me through this journey. Learning is a process of making mistakes. Remember, learning is a process of making mistakes. Because what happens is after you make those mistakes, you get an opportunity to fix them. And that's when the lesson is learned. That's when you got the game. Oh, I get it now. Some of us get the game. Sometimes, you just get the game. Cool. But a lot of us are learning from trial and error. Right? So don't keep making the same mistakes. Don't keep falling into the same financial loophole. Right? All right, y'all. Look. Hopefully you DM the word workshop. If you didn't, I'm still going to reach out to you. I'm going to holler at you. Right? I'm going to hold you accountable because I expect you to hold me accountable too. You know what I'm saying? Love me because I already love you. That's it. We're putting out that energy just like that. Peace, love, and blessings. I appreciate y'all, attending my Domination Taxes live webinar today. Man, so many more thank yous. Thank you to my team of tax businesses that stayed tapped in with me. I'm talking about my day ones. I definitely got to give y'all the love, man, because y'all grew with me. Y'all grew with me, right? Y'all grew with me, and I'm thankful for that. I'm forever grateful for that. Another offer that we're going to offer is we're going to give our community an opportunity to, and tell me what you guys think too. We're going to give our community an opportunity to invest a very low cost, very, very low cost. We're going to give our cost right here. Look, it didn't pop up. I'll put it there later, but a very low cost. And what you're going to get access to is not only are you going to get access to a community of tax professionals and taxpayers and individuals that are looking to help anybody in that group, right? Right? A real safe space for financial overcoming, right? We're going to create a safe space for that in our community. We're going to give access to the software in our workshops, right? That's two different things. The workshop is where you're going to get the group setting so that you can see how it's done, how to execute, right? That's what's going on in the workshop. You get to see how it's executed. Now you get it, right? And then we're going to give you access to the software so that you can implement how to get it done, right? It's one thing to have the information. It's another thing to have the support, and a completely different thing to have the tool to actually get it done, right? Very low cost. And you're going to get access not only to the group, the workshop, the software. I'm very passionate about this product. Daily tax tips. Yeah, I'm talking about every day. You're gonna get some game every day. If you don't get the message that day, I'm gonna double up on the next day. Yeah, we're already prepared. We're already prepared. So with that being said, that's how I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm done. I appreciate y'all tuning in on Instagram. I appreciate y'all tuning in on any platform, whatever platform you on, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, whatever platform you on, Twitter. I appreciate you chiming in and really just receiving the information and allowing me to execute my purpose. Let's get it.